Today we're going to be taking out a window seal on a double hung window. Show you a little couple hints and tips on to get it out without damaging anything. First thing we did was we cleaned up our area, secured it with drop cloths inside and out. It's a chilly morning, so we're trying to keep our windows down as much as possible. We will have to raise them up just a little bit once we start getting the process started, but we'll get everything set up. Byron's going to show us how to do this one. We're easily removing the seal nose, making sure that we don't have any caulking around it always, of course, and easily removing. Remember, everything is not rip tear. You don't always do better with brute strength. This is kind of like surgery, so we have to be kind of delicate. We've also got to make sure we raise this window so we can get to the seal, which Byron's doing right now. And we're going to kind of take our pencil and we're going to kind of draw us a little V on here, give us a little guideline. We don't want to go too wide because we want it to be able to get our pry bar in there, which that looks pretty close. So we're going to start cutting this out now. Okay, we think we've identified where the nails are at in here now, so we're going to cut the nails first with our metal blade, making sure we do not go too deep. It's definitely not easy, so once we identify them, we find them. There's usually 2 or 3 in there. There was one in the middle, probably one on both sides. And one final check on those. So we know now that we can switch to our wood blade. Remember, we're plunge cutting basically through here to make sure we get through the seal, but not to damage the inside. So when we get close to the stool and the apron on the inside of drywall, we're being very cautious. You'll know when that slice of pie is loose completely because it'll be able to be removed very easily, as you can see. So that is a very good cut by Byron. Now he'll be taking his flat bar with the curved end and kind of wedging in there and being very cautious and very easily to make sure that we don't, it should split. Just real easy. There you go. It's starting to crack. Perfect. Now leave that piece right where it's at. Flip your bar around so you still have your same wedge in your pry so that you can push that one right out of there. Looky there. Perfect. Now we already know on the last one we did that the nails are nailed through the back of the frame, so we should be able to wiggle these out of here once we get the little piece there either cut with our multi-tool or separated with the pry bar very easily. Remember, this is surgical work, so be very cautious to not create any more work than you have to do repairs on your inside. That's the reason it's really best to do these from the outside, so that we're kind of watching as we go. Perfect. And wiggle it right out of there, and then we do the other side. Voila. As you can see, this video has been running less than 5 minutes, and we have seal nose and seal out and ready to clean it up and get it back together. All right, we are now taking our measurement. We've got it vacuumed out, free of all debris and nails in our way. Byron's taking the measurement. The last one was 24 3/4.
This one is the same. Yep.
We thought it might be the same, but always check just to make sure. But yeah, we are the same measurement, 24 3/4. That's giving us about an 1/8 inch clearance on either side, so we don't have to wrestle to get it back in. Okay, we've got our piece cut. I'm gonna try to get where I can get in a good angle here. We've discovered that even though we rechecked and found we got one other little thing that might be in the way, so we're taking care of that. Byron's gonna install that, of course, with brick mold in the way. Everything's going to be kind of a little tough. Make sure that your stops for your windows, where it controls them up and down, is up underneath there. Nothing's in your way. Sometimes it's a little tight. Sometimes there's a little things in the way. Don't take your hammer and start beating on it because you're going to tear it up. Bump it with your hand or the butt of your hammer or rubber. Once you get it up in there, you'll kind of tap it. It'll start to go in little by little, as you can see. He's bumping it with his hand, very nice and gently. And then what you're looking for is, you're looking for it to go up underneath that stool. Remember, that's supposed to have a little slope on it, so it's not flat. So Byron's pushing up on it, and he's gonna bump it a little bit there with his butt of his hammer. And he's going to take that bar and walk it right down through there and kind of keep going up a little bit and a little bit and a little bit. And he's going to bump it a little bit more, and you're going to see it go right in. Perfect here in just a second. He's working his way down. What's he's hitting is the sheetrock and that little bit of rib and the sides a little bit. So it's coming. Just be patient, don't go too fast, and remember, you don't want to create more work for yourself. He's almost got it. And when it goes, it'll go in there and it's going to fit like a glove. Also make sure when we come back in, we're checking for damage on the inside for drywall, but this is a really good way and a good trick to learn. Okay, as you can see, we have replaced the 2 seals and the seal noses. Still got to caulk and seal them up nice and snug. We'll dress them up and clean them up, and then Byron will finish off his project.